The Buddha speaks the Sutra on cause and effect in the three periods of time. Once upon a time, in a Dharma retreat on Vulture Peak Mountain where 1,250 followers attended, Ananda, one of the chief disciples, after circling thrice with folded hands around Sakyamuni Buddha, bowing in respect, humbly asked, "During the Dharma-ending age, all the living beings will give rise to much unwholesome karma. They will not revere the triple jewel, or respect their parents. They will be immoral, miserable and sordid. The universe will be in disharmony and disarray. Beings will be poor, destitute, lowly, and vile. Their 6 faculties will suffer impairment. All day long they will engage in killing and harming. Moreover, they will not be of equal status. Some will be wealthy while others will be poor. What are the conditions leading to these various different rewards and retributions? We disciples pray that the world-honored one will compassionately explain each one of these for us." The Buddha told Ananda and the assembly of great disciples, "You should now listen attentively. Good indeed, good indeed. I will clearly set forth all of this for you. All men and women of the world, whether they be poor and lowly or wealthy and noble, whether they be undergoing limitless sufferings or enjoying blessings without end, are all undergoing the rewards or retributions which are due to causes and effects from their past lives. What should they do from now on? First, they should be filial and respectful to their parents. Next, they should reverently believe in the triple jewel. Third, they should refrain from killing and instead liberate the living. Fourth, they should eat pure vegetarian food and practice giving. These acts will enable them to plant seeds in the field of blessings for their future lives." Then the Buddha spoke these verses on cause and effect. Wealth and dignity come from one's destiny from causes planted in the previous lives. People who hold to this simple principle will reap good fortune in the future lives. Kind men and women, listen to the causes, hear and remember this sutra's reminder of the causes and effects of karmic deeds in the past, in the future, and in the present. Cause and effect are no small care. True are my words, don't take them lightly. Why are some people government officials at present? Because with gold they gilded the Buddhas. Long ago, it's from their practice in lives in the past that they reap in this life a rich fruition. The purple gown and golden cordon, the honored marks of higher office, should you seek them, seek with the Buddhas. Gilding the Buddhas is your own gain, robing thus come ones, you robe yourself. Don't say it's easy to become an official, it cannot happen if causes aren't planted. What are the causes of owning cars and various transportation facilities? People like that were builders and menders of bridges and roads. Why in this life people have clothing in great variety? That is because in times in the past, robes they save as gifts to monks. Why in this life people have splendid food? In the past, those people gave food to the poor. Why in this life some people are starving and clothless? Because they were too stingy to donate to charity. Why do the well-to-do among us dwell in very tall mansions and vast estates? Because they gladly donated rice, lavishing gifts of grain to monasteries. Why in this life people are so prosperous and happy? Because in times now past they donated money to build temples and public shelters. Why in this life some people are pretty and handsome? Because they respectfully offered flowers to the Buddha's altar. Why are some people gifted and wise? In former lives they ate pure vegetarian food, and remembered the Buddhas with mindful regard. Why in this life some are liked by everyone? Because they have created good relationship with the others in another life. Why in this life husband and wife are faithful to each other? Because they hung canopies and streamers before the Buddha's statues. Why in this life people have both parents? Because they have respected and helped the lonely people in the past. Why in this life are people orphans? Because they were bird shooters in previous existence. Why do people get lots of children and grandchildren? Because they released the birds from their cages. Why do people have children dying young? It's because before in times past they drowned female infants. Why won't people bear any children? That's their due for committing promiscuous deeds. Some have long lifespans, why are they lucky? Liberating creatures, they ransomed lives. Have you seen how many suffer short lifespans? Their wanton slaughter of beings is why. Lonely are men whom no women will marry. They're paying their debt for committing adultery. Widows bear a sad retribution. They held their past lives' husbands in scorn. Servants and slaves made that bondage themselves, by neglecting repayment of good deeds given them. Bright are the eyes of some fortunate beings. Before Buddhas they offered lamps filled with oil. The blind of this world bear a heavy burden, for past failure to tell the way clearly to travelers. Some people's mouths are very misshapen. They blew out lamps on the Buddha's altars. To be deaf and mute is a dreary existence. Reward appropriate for scolding one's parents. How do people get to be hunchbacks? They berated and laughed at those bowing to Buddhas. Take heed of malformed hands, my friend. They betray people prone to evil. Fellows with crippled and useless feet. Ambushed and robbed with reckless abandon. Most cows and horses were humans before. People who didn't settle their debts. Many former people are now pigs or dogs because they injured and cheated others. Illness and pain, an effect inevitable for bestowing meat and wine on the Buddhas. Freedom from illness, a fine reward for relieving the sick by bestowing medicines. The fate of imprisonment catches some people due to fiendish deeds and a failure to yield. Death by starvation, due retribution for stopping up holes of rats and snakes. Appropriate that a victim of poisoning caused aquatic poisoning, dammed up waters. Abandoned, forlorn, rejected beings were cruel of old, abusing others. The stature of some is extremely short. Before, they read sutras spread out on the floor. Vomiting blood? Believe it's from first eating meat, then reciting the sutras. Another deed that determines deafness, to not listen well to sutra recitals. What is the cause of having bad bodily odor? It is because of selling inferior scents and phony goods previous life. What is the cause of hanging to death in this life? It is because of trapping animals with ropes in previous life. What is the cause of being lonely and separated from loved ones? It is because of envious and jealous of everyone in previous life. Those struck by lightning, consumed by fire, rigged their scales to better their business income. Fierce tigers and snakes that feast on people. Our enemies bearing resentments from lives before. In our myriad deeds, whatever we do, we reap our own rewards. It's true. Who can we blame for our woe in the hells but ourselves? Don't say that cause and effect is unseen. Look at you, your offspring, heirs, and grandchildren. If you doubt the good of pure eating and giving, look around and find those enjoying fortune. Having sowed good seeds in the past, they now harvest abundance. To cultivate now will bring blessings in the future. Those who slander the cause and effect in this sutra will fall and have no chance to be human in the next life. Those who recite and uphold this sutra are supported by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Write out this sutra, study it hard, and in the future your families will flourish. Uphold this sutra atop your heads to avert disasters and fatal accidents. To lecture this sutra on cause and effect is to sharpen your wits in successive rebirths. Chanting this sutra on cause and effect will make one revered, well regarded by all. Print and distribute this precious sutra will reap rebirth as a ruler or king. To verify former cause and effect, regard your good fortune in this life. To ask your future cause and effect, regard the good seeds you have planted in this life. If cause and effect contained no truth, see how Moggallana could save his mother from suffering. Those who trust the words of this sutra as true, will all be reborn in the western land of bliss. To speak of present cause and effect, to proclaim future and past as well, is a deed that could never be done to its end. Join at the door of the Triple Gem, with blessings and wholesome belief one can enter, dragons and gods who won't let you down. For every part of giving you practice, you'll reap 10,000 parts reward. Such blessings are stored in a solid treasury, for enjoyment in future rebirths without end. If you care to know of past lives' causes, look at rewards you are reaping today. If you wish to find out about future lives, you need but notice what you're doing right now. Advice for not killing animals. All animals want to live and avoid dangers. They live and look for living in communities, just like us. We should not make them suffer and kill them for food. We have lives and so do animals. Is it right and fair to kill animals for food? Suppose that our bodies were cut up for food. How unhappy, angry and displeased our relatives would be. There is a clear mutual affection between animals and humans. As humans, we should have compassion to enlighten our Buddha nature. We are animals' brothers and sisters living on the same planet. Being more intelligent, we have to take care and help animals. Instead of ignoring them, help and protect them. Prevent and advise people not to kill animals. Animals have their own bodies made of flesh and bones. They also cry out in vain while being beaten. Both humans and animals have the same nature. How could someone do that without mercy? While we want to be safe, why do we insult animals? In thinking about cause and effect, we will understand judgment, award and round of rebirths. We should not kill animals or insult them. Do not put them in misery, but empathize with them with a true heart. Do not bring separation to their family or kill them. We must think of the effects of our actions. The more bad karma we accumulate, the harder we pay unprepaid debts. If we want to be untroubled, do not cause troubles to others. Having anger and ignorance will leave very serious effects in the future. If we want to escape from the cycle of births and deaths, we shouldn't plant evil causes anymore. As long as we stop creating karma, our retribution ends. So everyone should guard themselves. 10 benefits from printing Buddhist sutras and making Buddha images. 1. All evil karma made in the past will either be wiped off and retribution created by past serious offense reduced. 2. Auspicious spirits constantly protect you, and you do not have to experience the disasters of plagues, floods, fires, thieves, armed conflict, or imprisonment. 3. Suffering inflicted by vengeful enemies, made in the past, will be avoided, and the merit derived from printing sutras will allow these enemies to receive the benefits of Dharma, and thereby untie the bond of hatred. 4. Evil ghosts and other yaksha ghosts cannot encroach on you, poisonous snakes or man-eating beasts cannot harm you. 5. You will have a peace of mind. During the day you will meet with no danger, and at night you will have no bad dreams. Your complexion will be healthy, smooth and moist. Your energy will be full of vitality. Your business will continue to prosper and meet with ultimate success. 6. You will always have ample food and clothing. Your families will always be at peace, and your prosperity and blessings will constantly increase. 7. Gods and other people will immediately take a liking to things you do or say. Wherever you go, you will always be greeted with respect and revered by a happy crowd of dear friends. 8. Ignorant people will grow wiser, unhealthy people will grow healthier, trouble people will feel happier, and woman can be man in their next life, if they wish to do so. 9. You will escape from 3 lower realms, and always be reborn in wholesome place, with a handsome upright appearance and unusually fine character. You will enjoy supreme happiness and abundant wealth. 10. You will be able to plant innumerable roots of goodness in the blessed of all living beings. You will help the living beings to reap bounteous, measureless merits, and help them attain the final Buddhahood. May the merit and virtue accrued from this work adorn the Buddha's pure lands, repaying 4 kinds of kindness about, and aiding those suffering in the paths below. May those who see and hear of this, all bring forth the resolve for Bodhi, and when this retribution body is over, be born together in the land of ultimate bliss.